Hi guys, it's August. We've got about 6 months of growth on the coat. He's at about 3, step on when you said, he's at about 3 inches of length at the moment. We are outside due to this lovely sunshine you can see, which will help us get a better look. He is just about at the point where things start to get nasty. So let's talk good spots. Good spot number 1, his head. He tends to have really good definition up here. I really don't have to do that much to make the curls come out or to separate them. Good spot number 2 are the legs. Now for him, it really is the legs from the elbow joint down on the front and from this joint down on the back. Again, it tends to separate pretty well, gives me a nice free curl. It's not too bad. Good spot for him, number 3, is this right here on his back haunches. He's feeling a little antsy because it's a little hot right now. So as I take apart these curls, you can tell their definition is really, really nice. And I can just about pick any one and I can follow it just about down to the skin really easily. So that really isn't a problem area. I'll do some work on it as time goes by, but it tends to all in all be pretty good. Next up are spots that are good for now, but that we're gonna have to watch out for later on. For him, the biggest spot for that is under his belly right here. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me move to the other side. That might be a little bit better. I don't know if you guys can see, but down here, there's really no curl to it. It's all kind of just wispy and wavy. So there's really not much we can do with it right now. But as time goes by, as the hair gets longer, it is going to be a bit of a mess. And on him at least, it doesn't really cord all the way. Last spot is this white right here. Has a different texture if you were to feel his coat from the rest of his coat. You can also tell that the curls are a little bit looser. They don't have that tight, beautiful curl we were seeing on the back side. So that'll become a problem later on, especially as we have to work a little bit more to keep it white. But for now, it's really not an issue. All right, let's talk problem spots. So he's got a couple of them. Problem spot number 1 for him that we're gonna do are, he really wants to get down now, he's getting hot, are these back legs. So as we talked about, from here down really isn't a problem, but this right here and here especially, you can see I can't even get my fingers through it. It's all one giant chunk at the moment. I can't even really get anything apart. It's flatter. As you can tell, there's this flat spot, which is a difficulty. So that kind of has its own issue also because of the way that he lays on it. So I don't know about your dog, but most of them, that's where the bend is when they sit, and when they lay down, they favor one haunch or the other, which means that these guys constantly get pushed together. So we're going to have to deal with that. Other spot that is an issue with him is the neck at the moment. Now their curls here are a little less defined, but as you can tell, they're kind of starting to make their own sections. So if I can get him to turn his head a little bit, there you go. They really start to come out, and you can see the lines that they're starting to make. So there's one right here where a section of paddles have started to split apart. There's one right here. There you go. He turned it very nicely. So there's here. They're already starting to kind of make their own sections, and we're going to use that to our advantage. Now it goes around to the other side again, back of the neck. One thing I will mention at this point is he is not really in a collar at this point in time, and if he is wearing one, it's a very thin choke chain or it's a rolled leather collar. Mainly this is because if I were to put a flat collar on him, this would get really, really hideous, especially in this section where the collar is really pushing it flat. So, last but certainly not least, his number 1 worst issue, and part of the issue with this particular spot, is how much he hates it being worked on. As you can tell by the way he's turning his head. I'm gonna move to the other side. It is right here, back of the ear. So it's got that same wavy texture as the hair underneath his belly, but it's already, I mean, this right here, that entire section is one giant mat. Now this is a little better than it might be because I've been working on it a little bit, but the mats are huge and there really isn't a curl to help us out. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of hard work on that particular section.